Yo, 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 what the fuck is going on, man? Bento, what's good? How you
Hi, man.
been?
I'm good. I'm blessed. Every day above ground is a good day. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. My boy said, please say the bento.
Gotta say it. Say my name. Say my name.
Uh-oh. Okay, rap game Justin Timberlake.
All
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Now why do you call yourself that?
Because if it wasn't for Justin Timberlake, I wouldn't even be doing music. No cap. Like my first memory of I want to do this
Mm-hmm.
was watching NSYNC do the Kids Choice Awards when I was
What?
4 years old. And I was like,
Oh
yo,
my
I want to
God.
be that guy in the front with the curly hair.
I used to love Justin Timberlake. Like he was my boyfriend,
That
like
was the
back in
move.
the
He was
day.
everybody's boyfriend. That's me. Well, that's not me, but you know what I mean. I'm a young heartthrob. That's who I am. I love R&B and I love entertainment and I'm just very Justin Timberlake minded. I feel like when it comes to this music shit.
Okay. So when it comes to this music shit, I know you did go by Lil Switch back in like what
Yeah.
high school or when you were younger. So why the name change to Sky Bento?
Um, because Lil Switch came from when I was so young. It was a character. You know what I mean? I created this is who I'm gonna be, you know what I mean? I really planned it out. I remember sitting in class one day drawing all these crazy tattoos I was about to have. I was drawing face tattoos in my on my shit and everything. I had it planned out. I'm gonna be this character, and somehow that's gonna make all my problems go away, type shit. So I said, fuck that. I'm just gonna be me. You know what I mean? Scott Bento is my real name, so I just started going by my real name. Started making realer music, putting myself into it. It became therapeutic to just be myself more than anything else.
Okay, so you had a whole alter ego going on, kind of like T.I. Tip, like we give
Yeah,
baby little. Okay, okay,
that was my favorite rapper too. Was Tip. My favorite rapper as a kid was Tip.
that's
Always.
how. That's so ironic being from Massachusetts. Like, why is he your favorite rapper and he's like known in the South? Like he's from the South.
Because Atlanta. And that was my gateway view to everything in Atlanta. I remember Rap City, you know what I mean? The basement, the real shit on BET when it was just trap videos all day. It was Tip, it was Jeezy, and it was so cool to me being from the East Coast. We didn't experience people talking like that. We didn't experience that lifestyle. We didn't experience obviously niggas on the East Coast was trapping, but it wasn't trapping yet. You feel
Right.
me? So it was just a whole nother culture, especially
It was
music.
something you got introduced to, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. And it was the accent. I really think it was his accent first and foremost. I was like, yo, he's nice.
Yo, he country as fuck, and then T.I. be trying to use these big ass words expeditiously, like
Yeah, it's an art. He made that shit an art form.
yes,
Shout
yes,
out to the
man,
king.
black
Shout
man
out to
can
the
be
king.
educated. So that's dope. Um, so how did you end up like? Cause I met you through people in Rhode Island. Shout out to Coogee, cause I know he was probably one of the people that told you to reach out to me here in Atlanta.
Sir.
So yeah, so how did you get around in like Providence or like how is it just like the New England area? Like how is it over there between like Massachusetts and Providence?
Well, Massachusetts and Rhode Island in general, those are the two smallest states, except for Hawaii or some shit like that, and they're right next to each other. So it's they're basically like, if you put them together, that's still a small ass state. I live in California right now. That shit's not even my county in LA is bigger than I'm used to driving around to go from one state to the next. You feel me? It takes longer out here just to get around. So it really is just the same area, and I wish a lot of people realize that because there'd be a lot more unity out there. But it
Mhm.
seems like right now the cultures are starting to intertwine a little bit more. So I love seeing that. I got a lot of kinfolk from New Bedford that go out to Providence to record, and a lot of people from Providence that come out to New Bedford to make moves. And it's starting to come together. But when I was a kid, they felt like two different worlds because it's a
Really?
long ass drive to go from one to the next. Yeah, I was born in New Bedford, Mass, and that was my mom's side of the family, my sister and shit. That's where I came up as a kid. But then I moved to Rhode Island with my pops when I was a teenager, And that was how I met, not Cool specifically, but I met like, I made a whole lot of gang of friends out there. You know what I mean? I lived out there till like high school, and those friends actually introduced me to Cool after I moved back to Mass. That's the crazy part. So that kept me going back out there, was because now I knew Cool, and me and Cool was real cool. Like we just had a lot in common with our interest in like gaming shit.
Okay, yeah, I know he loves like the games and he loves like the vintage wear, stuff
Yeah,
like that. So that's pretty dope. Yeah, because I was like, I remember seeing you come to the show at the what was this? Paperboy.
Paperboy Studios. Rest in peace, Paperboy Studios. Shout out Solo Not Saloon for keeping it trucking.
Yep, that was one of my first times meeting you coming from Rhode Island. So this project, okay, Super Bento Sunshine.
Sir, bling
Okay.
bling.
Now, if anybody goes and looks at the cover art, it is symbolic to Super Mario. Okay, I'm still looking for a Nintendo 64. Okay,
Hey, you
I
gotta
was
get you one.
like, if I don't get a 64, I'm definitely want to Switch. Like, I
Get a Switch then. Get a Switch then. Definitely get
got
a
a
Switch.
Switch.
It's incredible. Like
You
just
have
to
one?
pick it off. Yeah, I got that day one. I was outside Best Buy waiting for them to open up with the midnight launch. I don't play about that. And I was heavy. I was heavy on release dates back then too. Like this dropped right at the end of college when I started having to pay for my own shit.
Uh
And
huh.
I remember like this was like my last big like release date purchase. Like I got every game, every Nintendo game on the day it came out back then. And then
Mm.
that was like my last release midnight experience.
I haven't got like a game in a while, like stayed up or stayed outside or none of that in a
It
while. Probably since like high school. And one of
is not.
is not like so the thing that I like about your track, your project, it's kind of like it's perfect for like summertime. I feel like it's perfect for like outside. It's perfect for like it's like that type of music when you want people to mingle. Like you play that type of music. So I feel like in Dribble, like I hear the Drake sample after you bait up and stop. I'm like,
That's
okay.
Wheezy. That's Wheezy.
Oh yeah, that's Wheezy.
That's Wheezy.
That's
Wheezy, I got him on my shirt.
but wasn't that on a Drake? Okay, wasn't that on a Drake
Drake,
song
yeah, Drake got it from Wayne. Drake got it from Wayne.
though?
I
Okay,
just got
okay,
to make
okay.
sure Wayne get his credit though, because anything I get from Wayne in terms of inspiration, I think that's the GOAT. I think that's the greatest rapper of all time. I don't think a lot of people will be doing what they're doing now without him. So I always got to give him his props. But yeah,
Facts. Even though everybody be trying to low key diss Wayne on the low though, like he was everybody's favorite rapper at like one point in time because he just
yeah,
snapped.
that's Weezy F. That's Weezy F. And the list is long for what the F is for. You know what I mean? Like that man, he did branding better than a lot of rappers, honestly.
He taught us about branding back in the day, like with the lighter flicker, like a lot of stuff that was real simple. Yup. Baby, please say the baby.
Yes, sir. Scott Bento, please say the Bento. Where you think that came from? That came from the greatest rapper of all time, and I'm here to do it 10 times better. That's I think my purpose. Or die trying, because I'm gonna keep trying. Like
That's how life is. You
keep
gotta
getting
keep
better.
going and not trying. Like your songs, okay, so Dribble, Love Drunk, Cookout. Okay, so Dribble and Love Drunk. I like that you put those first because those gave like those you can immediately catch on to. Like, and it makes you wanna, okay, it gives you sort of like that feel free, feel good type, almost like dance hall, but I could tell it's like R&B, like pop.
Yeah.
So I rock with that. Cookout. The only thing about Cookout is I didn't really feel Cookout vibes with it. It sounded very much alternative. So, like when you think of Cookout, you think of
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? You
The
think of
voice
like
ain't there yet.
but why did you call that song Cookout?
Well, I made every beat on the project, and I named that beat Cookout Weather. Before I even made a song about it, that was actually a beat I was trying to sell. I had it up on YouTube, It was like I had it as a tight beat and all this stuff, and I said,
Okay, yeah, that's a cookout type beat.
yeah, I put it up there. I put it up there as a Wiz Khalifa featuring Mary J. Blige type beat. I don't know who I thought I was, but Scott Bento. So I did that, and then when I went and came up with an idea for the song, I was like, all right, well, I made it cookout weather. Like that's just I came up with the hook. The first thing I came up was the that entire hook. The you got me fantasizing like that. Like it just gave me that um Janet Jackson. That's the way love goes is my favorite cookout song of all time.
Love goes.
And it reminded me of that, so I said, okay, like, let's go with cookout wedding, make that the concept, and try to hit my little doo-wop on it, and I did my thing. I did the bento thing.
So you got a song called "I Need a Girl" Part 3. Like what? And I love the part. Okay, I love Part 2. Which one's your favorite? Part 1 or Part 2?
Part 2. Part 2.
Definitely. So what was the inspiration? Like, what made you make a Part 3? Like, yo, what if like? Because I don't think you sampled it too much, but like, what if Diddy hears it? Like that would be dope.
Yeah, I mean that would definitely be incredible. My homies actually, Cooj actually is linked up with Mario Winans Jr. So we're actually shout out to him for kind of plugging me in with that. We're trying to work on something with it. We're trying to do something with it. I don't want to jinx too far, but the fact that there are a couple ties I have to that legacy. So if I can make the right moves, I would love to like continue it like for real. But with me, it was just inspiration. You know what I mean? My favorite genre of music is the music I grew up on, that early 2000s cross between R&B, hip hop. Like that's my bread and butter. Like that's the playlist I got on in the background right now. That's what I was just bumping before we got on this. Like I love that era of music, and that's something that I'm trying to take to a new place, because I feel like there's a lot of music that was inspired by that don't really pay, not necessarily homage, but don't try to do something new with it. They just kind of shout it out. And I think that's ill. Like I still love records that do that, but you know, I just do my bento thing. That's all I can do is my bento thing.
What's funny is like I was just telling somebody like, cause everybody be like, oh yeah, 90s, I love 90s music. Like everybody want to have like 90s parties. Like I'm like, man, as much as y'all love 90s music, I love early 2000s music. Like one of my first events was like an early 2000s event. Like, look, skip over 90s, early 2000s when I was going skating here in Atlanta. Like I know you saw ATL when people were going
to sure.
Yep. Those were like my years of growing up, like listening to like I Need a Girl, listening to Diddy, you know, in his prime.
Sure. All that. All that.
Yep. So how has it been like transitioning to LA? Being from such a small state, then living in Atlanta, and then how is it being in LA?
It's, you know, it really made me appreciate Atlanta more, honestly.
Really?
I feel like I got what I came to LA for out of Atlanta, truthfully. In terms of like out here, it's business. Out here, it's business. There's money. There's connections. There's all that. But it's also like it's LA. It's Hollywood. You know what I mean? Like you gotta take everything at face value with a grain of salt. You know what I mean? Like it's just different how you got to navigate out here. Not everybody got the same soul as you, and you got to be sure to, you know, protect your shit. Out in Atlanta, it's a lot more collaborative. It's a lot more respect for the culture in general. Not saying nothing about LA, like South Central or nothing like that. I'm mostly even in the Hollywood area. I'm not even going to lie like that.
So you're not talking about the black people in LA.
Exactly. I'm talking about the white people and all that. Because the black people are not like black people are black people. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, there's different places we live in, bro. But the soul is there. The soul is there. But the fact.
Well, what did you get out of Atlanta that you said you feel like you could have gotten in LA? What did you get?
In Atlanta, everybody was on it. Everybody was on it in a way different way than LA. In LA, everybody will schedule it. Out in Atlanta, everybody was on it. You know, like I got on tons of records just from always working, just from always being in the studio, and someone else walk in, and you know, we just end up on a song together. Like I love that. That don't really happen as much out here for me, from my experience. But then again, like I really be by myself a lot of the time anyway. Like I like to just chill and make my music. So
Do you think you have to more so like be connected in LA
yeah,
versus
absolutely.
Atlanta? Sometimes stuff just happens. Like you could just be chilling in the studio and somebody random walk in, you know what I'm saying? Somebody random, they end up hopping on something together type thing.
And COVID made it difficult too. So like I've actually spent a lot more time on the East Coast since COVID happened. That's actually kind of what inspired a lot of the Super Bento Sunshine stuff was that I had been trapped in the crib in LA at the beginning of COVID. I said, yo, I'm about to go back home. You know what I mean? And then it just was a lot more open out there as well. And then, you know, you get nostalgic for what you used to do on old summers, you know, and then back when it was the cookout and you could really have the whole family together. But instead, you know, we going out and linking up every now and then, but it's much smaller groups and it's not the same vibe. Outside ain't outside. So that's why I linked up with the hottest DJ in my city. I did a lot more East Coast themed um, flows. I did a lot more of you know, I didn't hide my accent as much. I usually, you know, as a vocalist, do not different accents, but I just bend my voice differently. So you might not hear, you know, the way that I might pronounce something if I'm just talking to the homies. So I did a lot more rapping in that regard. Um, but I definitely would still consider it singing. So it's like LA is dope, Atlanta's dope, and the East Coast is dope, but they all got their different things. No matter where I go, you know, I'm gonna want to go to the next thing, and it just depends where that's at.
Okay, at least you got the best of three worlds. I think that's dope that you can spend each time in each place and get like a different perspective of each. So, Bento, what you got coming up next, player? What you got next following up the sunshine?
A lot. So first and foremost, for everybody that enjoys slowed in reverb or chopped and screwed type records, like I love to do. Um, I got Super Bento Sunset that's gonna be dropping. It's
Sunshine in the
slowed
sunset.
in reverb. Yep, it's the same project with all the transitions and everything. There's all these scratches on it. It's not necessarily chopped and screwed. It is more like slowed in reverb because the chops that are in it are already in it from my homie Fresco when he did the original tape. But we got it. It's just the same thing, but it's a slower vibe. It's a lot more romantic, a lot deeper, a lot easier for you to chill to. It really is sunset music, like something you could pull up to the beach and just smoke to. Like I love that vibe of music. I spend a lot of time like just going through the playlists on YouTube, just you know thinking about life to that. Like so that's what's next. Um, but I always got a lot more on deck. I'm dropping something every month from here on out. There's always going to be some new bento content.
Okay, so new Bento content every month. We can't wait. So new Bento content. He had the sunshine. Now it's the sunset. So he had us turned up. Now we winding down.
We winding down because after that I got another project coming. I got a mixtape with my homie Young Walt Des called East Coast Undead. That's finna be dropping. Um, I got a lot of records that I'm gonna be dropping in the months in between. I got Videl 3 for fans of the Videl series. I dropped the Videl EP and Videl 2 a year ago and the year before that, respectively. So I got Videl 3, some rock records coming on that. Um, and then yeah, there's just something new coming every month. I never stop working. So for people who want more bento, you gonna get it whether you love it, you hate it, or you don't want to rate it. You understand? Like that's just what it's gonna be. Ain't nobody stopping me from me.
About to be everywhere. About to be a project coming every month.
Bento season.
Make sure you let them know where to find you, where to follow you on social media.
For sure, for sure. Everybody can find me at Please Say the Bento. That's PLZ, like we used to do on little AIM screen names. PLZ.
Say the baby. Please say the bento.
Yes, sir. Skyf and Bento. Please say the Bento. Please say the Bento.com. At Please say the Bento. All that. I'm over here looking at the corner thing. This technology ain't really working with me. But Yes, sir. And love yourself. Don't forget to pat yourself on the back every day you get out of bed. Sometimes it be hard to do.
One of those hugs, one of those good old hugs. Remember when you could do the thing back and be like this? Okay, and then y'all can follow me at Spill the Tea TV. That's Spill the Tea 2A TV. Personally, Teacup. That's TUAACUPP_. Thank you, Bento, man. I'm glad we got to chop it up. I'm glad you're doing it good out there on the East Coast. You know we're gonna see each other soon in Atlanta. So hit me up. All right.
We're gonna have one of these shirts for you for all my kinfolk in Atlanta. Get you a Scott Bento shirt. We're gonna have a shirt for you, Teacup, when we come out there.
Appreciate that.
Be out there August 8th. So I'm gonna see you real soon. I mean September 8th.
September 8th.
September 8th. I'm gonna see you real soon.
All right, bet. And we are out.
All right, big love always.
Always.